Hello and welcome. Come on in. Grab yourself some tea. We will start in a minute or so. Talking about an important topic today. Jump on in and say hi. Let me know you're there, you're here. If you're on today's live stream, we are talking about desire today. Important topic in the line of feminine power. Desire. And how important it is with regard to your feminine emergence. So jump on in, say hello, grab some tea, and we will begin a chat in a minute. Who we got here? Jen, hello. Thank you for the kisses. Welcome. Come on in. Say hi, just so I know you're there. And we'll get started in just a minute. Grab yourself some tea while we are getting set up here. I am good to go, but I just want to make sure we've got as many people on board as we can today. Running tea in my veins as per usual. Hello, welcome. Come on in. Who have we got here? Oh, hello, Sarah. And Jen, I'm ready to learn. Yes, good job. Beautiful. That's why we are here. Awesome. Enlightened Nat. Oh, that's an interesting handle. Hello, welcome. Hello, come on in. Good. We are talking about desire today and how to get what you want by working with desire. So I'm going to get started in 30 seconds or so, grabbing yourself some tea. Always what I am doing is running tea. Good. So let's jump on in. And whilst you are waiting, what I want to encourage you to do is you'll either see above or down in the description box, you will see a link to the free Feminine Archetypes Blueprint. And I want you to grab your free copy of that. You can do it now whilst you're waiting. It should open a new browser window, because that is going to tell you all about how to move into your true feminine power. And I'd love you to get your free copy of that. So whilst we're waiting, you can click above on the right-hand side or down in the description box, and you can grab your free copy of the Feminine Archetypes Blueprint. Shout out and say hi if you are here. Beautiful. All right, let's get started. So, I essentially just, if you're just turning up, I want you to know that this is for you. If you want to know how to get what you want from your feminine energy and your feminine side, okay, this is what this talk or my work really is about. So you're in the right place if that's what you're looking for. And this is not for you if you've actually mastered the feminine arts and skills, or if you're okay with using outdated masculine goal setting models, okay? So today we're talking about desire and how to get what you want, okay? So I'm also going to talk today about, essentially I'm going to tell you the huge epiphany I had that goal setting doesn't work, especially for women, or I should say for women. And, you're here in the right place again. If you want to achieve great things but don't know how to from your feminine side, that you feel like there's a mismatch there, or you don't understand how to manifest or how to be in action or how to get things done from your feminine side. And I'm going to tell you the number one mistake women make when trying to get what they want and what you need to do to actually get what you want. Okay? Beautiful. And at the end of this, I'm going to tell you where to go to continue this conversation. But in the meantime, grab your free copy of the Feminine Archetypes Blueprint, description box below. And let's jump in and get started. I am once again timing myself today because I want to keep this sort of brief and punctual for you. We're all busy and I do really value your time. So I want to make this really valuable for you. All right, so let's just start with the epiphany I had. So the other day I did a live stream. I spoke to you a bit about, my story And the epiphany I had around, all of my seeming success, as a corporate woman and then running my own companies, that my epiphany was that I had achieved a lot. I had been very successful, but I had done it all, really all, or 98% from my masculine side. Okay. It being really masculine dominant. And you know what I mean? So this is what I now call man mode. So in our live stream the other day, I spoke to you about man mode and how this is number one big obstruction to women being able to be more feminine and being able to, learn and be in their feminine polarity, their feminine side. And so just a little review on that man mode is essentially when we're pushing and striving and efforting, we're just ticking off the never-ending to-do list. We're in do, go, go, go. No time for you, no space in your life mode, right? So again, if you relate to that, just give me a little thumbs up or give me a little, send me some little message in the description. Yeah, I relate to this. That's me. Okay, because I'd love to know that I'm speaking to the right person here. And no blame to you or anything. This is the world we've been brought up in. This is how we were trained to do our life, work, and relationships. It's just how we were trained. Okay, so it's to no blame of ourselves. So the epiphany I had when I totally burnt out by doing my life, work, and relationships like that, and I burnt out in my late 30s, early 40s, burnt out. I mean, really royally burnt out. And there was a perfect storm where everything collapsed at the same time. So I was forced to go to foundational roots level of myself and go, okay, this is not sustainable. I don't want to do life and work like this anymore. There has to be another way. Again, if you relate to this, just give me a little yeah, thumbs up, heart, whatever it is, just so I know I'm speaking to the right person here. And so in that process, essentially what I realized was, you can get things done. You can goal set and you can continue to push and strive and effort to a goal. And yet in my experience, when I did achieve some of those goals, I felt really empty. I felt really empty. I felt really, this wasn't what I expected. This is not what I wanted to feel when I got here, right? And so as, cutting a long story short, as I went into this massive focus and discovery on feminine power and energy, like, it's not about not doing things and not being crazy successful and achieving and productive and creative. In fact, that's the realm of the feminine, is creation. But how do we do it in a way that is sustainable and juicy and enjoyable and rich and fulfilling? Okay. And so what I realized was that how we've been taught to, whether consciously, actively, or unconsciously, in fact, to goal set is very, very masculine. And it works for the masculine in us, and it works for men who are largely masculine, because they're very targeted. They love to have this thing to go to, and then they feel amazing when they've achieved a goal. I just felt depleted and exhausted and wondering why I was doing it at all in the first place, right? So essentially for us as women, these are outdated methods. So that's the first real problem here, is these methods do not work for women in a woman's body, with women's hormone makeup, and with how we need to be in our body, in our energy, in the way that we want to move through life, okay? So that's really the number one mistake that women make when trying to get what they want, is they continue to try to implement outdated masculine goal-setting methodologies. Okay, again, no blame to anybody. This is just how it's been. And again, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I relate to this. As I continue here, essentially I'll do Q&A at the end. I want to just make sure I get this out and clear with you. Jen's saying, I wish I would have known all this stuff way sooner as I was growing up. Absolutely. Naima says, I work till I literally drop. Yes, great way to put it. Yes, I relate. Man mode. Absolutely. So it sounds like we got some people that relate here. So my type of woman is the smart, savvy, successful woman who does know how to move forward, take action, and get things that she wants. But the thing is, if you go back to my previous video, and I'll put a link here, it is not sustainable. Again, I say I am the prophetess of the future. If you try to continue to do your life and work, especially from that part of yourself, you are going to burn out eventually. You see, when we're in our 20s, we're kind of invincible, you know, we feel like gods, and we just don't think that we're ever going to burn out. And I really was that person. I would burn the candle at both ends and in the middle, okay? And I got a lot of shit done, okay? And I love people that have will, but this work on feminine power and energy is showing you how to apply will, how to create, how to produce from this juicy, rich, feminine way. And trust me, it feels very, very different in your system when you learn how to do that. Okay, so I said I'd tell you the number one mistake women make when they're trying to get what they want. But the second one, if I might, is that, forgive me, but I've been in transformational work and therapy with people for over 20 years. And what I've noticed is people don't know what they want. And let me explain why. It's not because they are stupid or incapable or anything. It's just that when you dig in and you ask the question, what do you want? What I found is there's so many layers of conditioning, of obligation, of expectation that most people are wearing on top of themselves. In fact, people create whole careers over what other people wanted for them, not what they wanted for themselves. This is a little aside here, but ergo the midlife crisis. Okay, and that's something that happens for a lot of people, but especially for men, okay, because they were told that they were going to go to Harvard and be a Harvard lawyer, and that's what they wanted, and they hit 40 and they go, this is not what I didn't want this, okay? So in order to find out what you actually really want is a process that I call desire diving. And I do this in the Powerfully Feminine Intensive. It's a whole process that you have to go through to sort of scratch away all these layers of conditioning that might be educational or social or societal, maybe even religious conditioning, that you need to peel away in order to find what you want, not what other people have imposed on you or your education has imposed on you, or beliefs that are in play that make you believe you should want certain things, okay? So needless to say, in a 20-minute video, I can't show you how to do that, but that's what you need to do. You need to go to a deep dive into desire to discover what the heck it is that you really want. Now, the reason why this is so, so important is when you go through a desire deep dive process, you actually get in touch with not just what you want and what you desire, but this is the key here, is you get in touch with the power source that will power you through the process, okay? Now, desire in my world isn't just like, I want a sandwich right now. When I'm talking about creating desire creatrixes in my world, it's a person that can hold big vision, big desire, a sense of purpose or mission that may be a vision across 5, 10, maybe 20 years. And I'm telling you, if you've got that kind of vision and that kind of scope for, you know, the kind of legacy you want to create or way you want to serve and give the world, you have to plug into a power source that is deeply, deeply sustainable, okay? All right. Now, the third thing is that, well, it's really the same topic here, is the person that I love to work with is that person that is courageous enough and heart-filled enough to want to deep dive into their desire. And I'm saying that because for many women, they think that, well, my desire and my needs, that's so selfish. Isn't that selfish that I want to get my things? No, that's self-full in my world. And self-full is one of the keys to being in what I call the true feminine. Selfish is that of the false feminine. It is only those women that are self-full enough to know that they need to give themselves time, space, energy to know themselves and to know their desire, to embody in their feminine power, that can truly serve people of great magnitude. If you've got a vision of big scope and big service and big ideas, you are going to need to be plugged into a very big long-term power source, okay? Alrighty. So again, just let me know if I'm talking to the right person. Thumbs up if this resonates. Beautiful. So what do you need to do to get what you want? So it's the first one. You need to do a deep dive into desire. You need to desire dig in order to find who you are and what you want. And this is a process. This takes a bit of time, and it's a process. The second thing, as we started this talk today, well, if I'm not going to goal set, how do I get what I want as a woman? How do I get what I want from my feminine polarity, from my feminine side? And this is the exciting thing. I've created an entire process in which to do this, and it's called desire setting, okay? And so desire setting is to the feminine what goal setting is to the masculine. And essentially in desire setting, we reverse engineer goal setting. And the reason for that is that the motivation for most women to achieve a goal or to achieve something is because of what we want to feel. You want to take note of that. That's a big one, okay? We want to achieve certain things, and our definition, if you like, of success is because when we get to an achievement, we want to feel a certain way. And so we have to reverse engineer this whole feeling that we want in the future and bring it forward now. And again, that's a process that we go through. But this is a big change. It's a big turnaround, because goal setting starts with, I'm here, that thing is away in the future, and then I will feel fantastic and I will feel elated and everything when I get there. That doesn't work for us. And in fact, what it actually does is the goalposts keep moving further and further away from us, because we're not in relationship to the experience, the embodied feeling in our bodies, in ourselves, from inside now, and every single step of the way. And so desire setting actually becomes this totally enjoyable, juicy, rich, collaborative process that you're loving every single minute of what you're rolling out, of what you're doing, of your process as you're stepping toward getting what you want to achieve, okay? Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to pass. I would have said this at the beginning, but even Napoleon Hill is quoted as saying that desire is the starting point of all achievement. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. And then he goes on to say, I'm trying to remember the quote exactly, but it's like, not a wish, not a dream, but an all-consuming desire that will get you what you want. Okay, I paraphrased the last piece there. All right. Good. So I want to, before I go to Q&A, I want to encourage you to join the ongoing conversation about this, as I've just started a brand new free Facebook group called Smart Savvy Sexy, SMART Sexy, SEXY. And again, there's a link above, and there'll be a link below in the description box below. Join us in there and join us in the conversation. Love to have you on board there. Okay, so if you have any questions, now is the time to let me know. Jen Cadero says, I hate goal setting. No wonder why. Any questions about desire and desire setting? Jen says, from desire mode, not goals. I love it. That's great, says Sarah. Rahif, I joined the group yesterday, so excited. Great to have you on board, Rahif. Wonderful. CJ says, so do you mean being more present? Sorry, it's moving fast. Living the dream? No. So being more present, the word is embodied when we're talking about feminine power. It's not something, I have this constant saying, CJ, where the work you do with me is everything about what's happening from the neck down. Okay? Our world is masculine dominant, it's thought dominant, it's strategy dominant, and that's everything that's happening in the mind. Okay? So our work is about embodiment. We learn how to embody the feminine from the inside out, as in feminine isn't an idea, it isn't a concept, it's a living, active plugging into your feminine power, your life force. And by the way, in my world, that includes your sexuality, plugging into getting to know, strengthen, love, and adore your body, your beautiful body, your sexuality. Okay? Because through doing that, we really, really plug into our power source as women. Okay? Beautiful. Some love hearts coming through. Thank you so much. I'm done proving and attacking. I want to lean back and be in desire. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a leaning back, and that leaning back piece is actually a learning of receptivity. And that, as it happens, is another one of the 5 core feminine arts. But what I've spoken about today is some parts of the art of desire. So I spoke about the feminine arts formula, which I discovered in my own process are the 5 core feminine arts that we need to know to create this foundation of really richly being bedded into, seated in our feminine power, in our bodies and in our energy. All right, so let's continue the conversation over at the Facebook group at smartsavvysexy.com. Smart, I'll say in American, smartsavvysexy.com. I want to keep the time short here today, but sending so much love to you and thank you for tuning up. If you have further questions, let me know over there, because that's when we can share with other people and they can join us in the conversation. All right, beautiful to have you here, and I will see you again. I'll do another couple of live streams next week, and wonderful for you turning up. I really appreciate your presence and your time and your shining radiance. Until then, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.